Hey, what's up guys? Alan here with eatsleeptrade.net. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. We are going to get into the watch list for next week, the week of March 23rd, 2015. Valuable lesson that we learned this week is one, don't fight the trend, and two, trade what's happening, not what you think will happen. So that's a pretty important thing. Trade what's actually happening on the chart. Anticipation is a great way to lock in big profits and get into a move early on, but you want to make sure that you're actually trading what is actually happening and not just what you think will happen. Alright guys, so sit tight. We'll be right back in just a second and we'll go over this watch list. Alright guys, welcome back. First one up on the list, carryover from the last week's watch list as always, is going to be PYTS. We had a great buy on this one here on the break of this short-term downtrend after this huge rip that it had, and we also were able to keep holding on to that. Our new established area of resistance that we're going to be looking to break is definitely this area up here around $16, and we want to see that broken. Definitely coming into next week, we were able to get a buy on this in at 15.45, and I did tweet my buy when I did take that purchase, and now we can take stops and move them up to break even on this and see what it's going to do into next week. If we can get above this $16 area, then our next target is going to be up here around the 1640s, which was an area that we had discussed earlier last week. But you can see the nice uptrend that we are still maintaining, and we'll definitely look to see that $16 area get broken next week and maybe confirm a new uptrend here, short-term uptrend that we'll be able to take out of. Also want to see the RSI keep pushing up to that overbought area. Next up on the list, another carryover from last week's watch list is TSLA, and this one just ripened up for us on Friday. You can see the huge sell-off and downtrend, massive downtrend that it has been in, and we finally started to consolidate down here at the bottom, started to put in some higher lows and created a nice wedge, and managed to break out of that wedge on Friday. Didn't get a position on this, but definitely not too late to get in with risk at low of days, anticipating a run up into this $11.80 or $12 area up here. Go ahead and remove that one, not really necessary. So this 1205 area up here is where we're going to be looking to start heading up as we continue the break on this wedge. Next up on the list is PMF. Again, just like TESO, pretty similar. We had a nice breakout of the wedge, but of course another one that we weren't able to see or get a buy in. And we actually had double buying opportunity on this one, as the day after the break on the wedge, it came down and tested the 50 period, but was able to hold on to that one and recover off of it. Looks like having a hard time getting above these 1520s right here. So if we break through that, then that could definitely show some strength. My next buying opportunity for me on this one is going to be this break above 1535, and that'll be buying the break above 1535 with stops below that, with the idea that it could run back up here to this $16 area and retest the 52-week highs on that one. Next up on the list is going to be LTS. I like this one because it's in a very extended uptrend that's been for about 2 years now. So it's definitely a strong company that has obviously good fundamentals in order to hold a chart this solid. We were able to trade this one on this rip here back in November, December. I think it was late November, early December. We were able to get that when it was on one of our watch lists then, and pretty much just been kind of consolidating since that time, but looks like it could be ripening up and ready to reclaim this uptrend and begin its move higher. You can see our short-term downtrend that we're just starting to get back above now. We've got some support here around 380 in the bottom of this channel that we've been consolidating in, and we definitely want to see that area hold and want to see this thing start pushing up to this 420 area. Next up on the list is OFG. Had a huge rip on this one in the beginning of February, and it's been consolidating nicely up here. You could see the range tightening and creating a nice wedge now. And it looks like we've got some resistance up here at the 1680s that was broken, this area right here and here, and you could see after that break that it has now acted as support. So positive note, definitely something that we want to see, that support area hold, and this thing continue consolidate and hopefully break to the top side of this wedge for buying opportunity, and maybe even get a nice big pop and start testing these highs up here in the $19 area if we can get some volume to come in. You can see Friday had pretty good volume, 1.6 million, so relative to the chart, very, very strong volume. So watch this wedge next week, see if we can break to that top side and if we're going to be able to score another run out of this one. Next up on the list is UVE. So UVE, you could see here, obvious uptrend, stock that's been trending very nicely, and the 50-day has been holding really well, and it looks like we could be trying to break out to new highs. The best buy on this obviously would have been the break on this pullback here. Wasn't on the watch list at that time, but having that anticipation for the break higher, being able to buy shares with stops at the previous day's low, hoping that this RSI can make it up to that overbought range, and then that would be the area where we would want to take profits on this if we did manage to pick something up on this. So kind of a risky play, I guess you could say. Definitely want to keep your stops in check. You're playing a stock that's way up on the year, but has no problem running up into that overbought RSI area. You can see 3 times clearly right there where it did so, and looks like it's trying to break out to new highs, so we could see a pretty good push once it starts getting above this 2647 area, and that's really going to be where you might start drawing some more attention into this thing. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for future videos. Also, check out our website, eatsleeptrade.net. From there, you can follow me on Twitter and check out the forums to stay up to date on all the stocks that we're watching and trading. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.